Hello, I'm Aldous and this video is going to be about how to stop procrastinating and start to motivate yourself during these really difficult times we're currently living in. So why have we stopped doing things? Why have a lot of people just taken to their home and they're not going for the goals that they normally do in a day-to-day, everyday living? Well, in some ways you could say it's quite easy to understand. There's so much anxiety around at the moment. It's no surprise people are worried. Their loved ones might catch COVID. The future of the world is uncertain at the moment. So it's very difficult to focus when you are overwhelmed by this anxiety. Also, people are stagnating at the moment. It seems like the world is in pause while we are all waiting for the world to recover, waiting for the times to get better. And also, while we're at home, a lot of us have a lot more distractions around us, especially with things like Netflix and scrolling through news feeds. It is very, very easy to spend the whole day almost doing nothing or feeling like we're doing nothing. And when we feel like that, that makes us go to bed feeling unfulfilled, like we've just drifted. And then the following day starts and we go through the day again. But we can actually use this current period of time to actually bring about things that we've always wanted to in our life, to stop procrastinating and actually get ourselves going in the direction that we want to go in. So how do we do this? So there's a few simple things that you can do to start to motivate yourself. So one of the first things you need to do, as long as the pandemic is taking place, we need to establish a routine. If you just get up at midday and then watch TV all afternoon and then start to maybe socialise and have calls in the evening, it's not bringing structure to our day. So we need to actually bring into our day on a day-to-day basis during this difficult time a good structure. If you are working from home, try to not have your workspace in your bedroom. Try to have a little area that you can take yourself to actually do your work, and have another little area to actually have a relaxation zone, and another area where you maybe watch TV. So it's about dividing up your space, even if you've got only a small amount of space. Moving from one place to another place to another place has been proven during these difficult times to really help with motivation. So you're kind of like moving. When you're there, that's where you relax. When you're there, that's when you work. So have that routine structure in place. And I think another very, very important thing when it comes to procrastination and motivation that you need to be doing is actually have just one goal at a time to work through. A lot of people procrastinate because they have got so much. They're surrounded with a to-do list as big as can be, and it almost overwhelms them. So try to find just one task at a time to work on. Find that one thing that you really do want to have in your life at the moment that you've been putting off. So have a little think about something that you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's learn yoga. Maybe it's go on one of these courses and actually learn a course like a different language, or learn to play a musical instrument, or have maybe a keep fit goal, or retrain. Whatever it is, have that one thing in front of you. And that is the thing that you really want to do and achieve, let's say within the next 6 months. So a 6-month goal. Between now and then, think about that one thing that you would like to do. So do the one thing at a time. So when you have that written down, look at your life and look at all of the things that do take up your time, your distractions. Because what I'd like you to start to do is learn to use your distractions as treats. So have a little think. Have a little think and write down, if you can, all of the things that take your time up. I'll go through some of the common distractions. Quite often a distraction can be social media. It is amazing how much time that we can spend scrolling through social media and just looking and observing other people's lives. And sometimes that doesn't make us feel good because other people's lives might look amazing. But we don't know. We just see their highlighted, edited good bits. And so turn off your notifications or even take social media off of your phone in order to stop the distraction. It might be watching Netflix or these series links. These are brilliant for dragging us in because each episode leaves us in a cliffhanger. So we've got to watch the next one so we don't miss out. And so think about your distractions. What may they be? It might be YouTube. Lots of people are spending a lot of time on YouTube. Or even just scrolling through Google itself, looking for random things to find out about. So have your distractions written down and have them as a treat for when you've started to do the things that you want to do. So keep that as your motivation. So when I have done A, B or C or started to learn yoga, then I will watch Netflix afterwards. It's a good way of actually moderating ourselves and keeping ourselves goal oriented. Another thing that you can do, which is what some people do, it's a very strange word. Some people say they swallow the frog. Now what swallowing the frog means is they do the most difficult task of the day first. Zen Buddhist monks, when they wake up in the morning, they spend a little bit of time meditating. They then do some daily stretches. So they stretch themselves a little bit. And then before having breakfast, they do the thing that they've been putting off first. So let's take you wanted to learn yoga as what you've been procrastinating about. We'll use that for an example. So maybe if you wake up in the morning, just ground and centralise yourself by spending a bit of time concentrating on your breath, then do a bit of stretching, and then maybe put on either a course or a YouTube learning how to do yoga, and you spend half an hour doing yoga in the morning, and then you carry on with your day. So that way what you've done is you've got the thing that you've been trying to do first done, and you've still got the whole day ahead of you. Some other things that really work with motivation and stopping procrastination is to hold yourself accountable. What that means is if you're doing yoga, tell a friend and say to your friends, I am going to message you every day after I've done my yoga routine. If you're trying to, I'll give you another example. So if you're trying to get fit, if that's what you've been procrastinating about and you're starting to jog or run each day, put yourself down for a challenge. So maybe a 5k run and start a sponsored event, something like 3 or 4 months away. If you know you've got that deadline coming, you've held yourself accountable, you've actually got some friends that have sponsored you, that is very, very powerful in aiding you stop procrastinating, because you know that thing is coming up. And it is a wonderful way to, I must do it today, I must start my training, because all of these people have sponsored me and I don't want to let them down. So find a way to hold yourself accountable by either teaming up with somebody and maybe swapping results, maybe starting doing a yoga course together, and at the end of each day seeing what they're doing and swapping notes, or do some kind of challenge. But whatever it is, no matter what it is, maybe what you've been wanting to get motivated about is actually tidying out your house and decluttering. This is something that's quite a common theme when people come along to my workshops, that they want to declutter. And if that's the case, maybe you can arrange for a charity shop to do a bag collection later on that day, so you have to spend the morning tidying things up. Or you tell your friend that you are going to give a bag a day to some charity shop to actually start decluttering. And then after you've given the bag, just drop them a message saying, I've got rid of my bag today. So again, these are working with somebody is a great way of stopping procrastination and keeping yourself motivated. Now there is a very, very clever little thing that will help you start motivating and stop procrastinating. And what this is called is a 2-minute rule. Now with the 2-minute rule, you just almost like play a game in your own mind, and you tell yourself that you are going to spend just 2 minutes doing the thing that you've been putting off. Now everybody can spend 2 minutes doing the thing that they've been putting off. So let's say, again, it's the yoga, and you wake up in the morning and you really don't want to do yoga that day, but you say to yourself, oh, I'll just do it for 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, I'm just having the day off. I'm not going to do any more. Well, by the time you actually take your yoga mat out, and maybe you actually put the YouTube video on and you start to follow the directions that are being given to you on the screen, you will do the whole yoga routine. Because once you've actually committed to 2 minutes, that's the hardest thing of all, the getting started. Again, with the decluttering, say, I'm just going to spend 2 minutes tidying out my wardrobe today. But as soon as you start doing, momentum takes over, and you will have finished tidying out that wardrobe, decluttering, before you know it. Or gyms, or anything else, learning a language, whatever it is you've been putting off, just give yourself that 2-minute goal. So just say, today I'm just doing it for 2 minutes. And the last thing I want to mention is always remember to reward yourself when you've done that daily task. So or even just kind of like say, yes, I've done it. I can carry on with the day. Or then use one of your distractions as your reward. So maybe an episode of the favourite programme that you're watching, or listen to your favourite piece of music, or even give yourself a little dance for saying, yes, I've done it today. And so even during lockdown and the most difficult times of all, we can achieve something. We can actually start to work towards doing something we've always wanted to do, but have just been putting off. Well, thank you.